For the first time in the history of S1GP, the FIM Supermoto World Championship heads out of Europe to Colombia, South America for the penultimate round of 2015. A brand new racetrack and a brand new experience await the best supermoto riders in the world, and at 2,500 metres above sea level, it might prove to be quite challenging as well. On the eve of the race, the riders were presented to the media and the general public. This Grand Prix in Colombia being the first time that S1GP has been held outside of Europe, so naturally there was a lot of interest in the riders as well as the event itself. Local dignitaries, along with Mr. Danilo Boccadolci of S1GP, took to the stage to welcome everybody to this historic occasion. S1GP World Championship leader Thomas Scherer was also introduced to the crowd along with his fellow competitors, including the local wildcard riders, and as you can imagine, the media interest was exceptionally high. But after a night of dancing and entertainment, it was back to business and time to turn their attentions to the race itself. Thomas Scherer and Valerio Piedrahita Ocampo take us around the Circuito Confamiliar Nariño then. And if you're on the front row, it's a short straight down into turn 1, followed by a shorter straight into turn 2. And then as it straightens out, we kink to the right, through the left, through another right-hander. And then at the end of the straight, we brake hard. On the normal track, it's 180 right, but as you can see, this is where we exit the asphalt, up the hill, onto the plateau, over the first tabletop jump, braking heavily when we land, into the left-hander, uphill as we exit there onto the second plateau. A long straight into a 180 right, climbing further still on the exit. You see how hard and baked the surface is underneath as well. Over a slight crest and then another tabletop into a right-hander, then this swoops downhill right the way back down from the hillside all the way down to the asphalt, braking hard into this left-hander here. Easy on the gas on the exit, swings round to the left, kiss the curb to the right, out to the outside, and then into this right-hander, straightens up again, and then we're hard on the brakes into the 180 left. Short straight into a 180 right, and as we exit here, you can kiss the curb to the outside, but then it starts to swing all the way around to the right-hand side. This is the long final turn that takes the riders back onto the start-finish straight to complete the lap here in Colombia. Thomas Scherer exits pit lane to start free practice. Number 2. But earlier on, a big crash for Lucas Holbacher. Crashing after setting the fastest time, Fabrizio Bartolini, 1:10, and Christian Ravaglia arrive to see if their fellow rider is okay. Holbacher, of course, being assisted by the medical crew. They took him off to hospital. Just a replay of that crash again, flying through the air with initial shoulder injuries. Well, in time practice, the top 6 riders heading to Super Chrono were Thomas Scherer, Pablo Queimar, Ivan Lazzarini, David Jimenez, Max Verderosa and Christian Ravaglia. And in Super Chrono, it was number 30, Ivan Lazzarini, who placed 3rd with a time of 1:14.555. Just ahead of him, the number 71, 833, racing Husqvarna rider Pablo Queimar guided his Husqvarna to 2nd. His time, a 1:13.848, which was just 0.187 behind Thomas Scherer, the World Championship leader. And Thomas Scherer rode his factory TM to an historic pole position here with a 1:13.661. but could the S1 GP Championship leader do it again in the races on Sunday? Well, just missing out on the front row was the Italian Massimiliano Verderosa, but fourth position was good enough to put him on the front row of row 2. The flag went out then, and it was Thomas Scherer who topped the timing sheets. Kmar second, Lazzarini third, Verderosa fourth, Ravaglia fifth, and David Jimenez was sixth.
Hi everybody, here's Pavel Kmar, S1 class 71 number. This season for me is not so lucky because the first GP in Jerez I had bad luck with my body, and the second GP was for me good. In Otobiano I get second place overall, and the third GP in Busca was 2 times 4 places. I'm not so happy with this. And from this GP I wanted to get, of course, podium. I wanted to win. That's all. And for the season I wanted to be top 3. I'm riding on Husqvarna, and these bikes are same like last year, but we always make it something better on the engines with the pipes. I'm riding the new pipes, not Iver but Sharon. For me it's working really better than last year, and everything we have same, like suspension, swing arm, everything same. We wanted to just make more the powers in engine because factory TM's bikes would have, my concurrential guys have stronger bikes, but we have to fight with this. In our team, AC3 Racing team, we have also the European rider, Kevin Fagre, and Zdeněk Jaroš, but Zdeněk Jaroš has some injury with his shoulder, and Kevin is going good this season because he gets second the race 5 position, so this was really good after Otobiano for him, so he did a really good job, and we will see what he will do with next races. He have to do some more training, and I give him so much for what he has to do, so I wanted to help him.
Here's how the riders line up then. Thomas Scherer, Pavel Kmar, Lazzarini on row 1, Verderosa, Ravaglia, Jimenez, row 2. Pietrahita, Bourbano, the 2 Colombian riders, row 3 ahead of Sitniansky. Lucas Holbacher will start from the back of the grid after his crash. The lights go out here for the start of S1 GP Race 1, and it's even Lazzarini with the whole shot. Thomas Scherer in there in second, on board here with Christian Ravaglia as he's passed by Pavel Kmar through the right-hander in turn 2. So Lazzarini, Scherer, Kmar, Ravaglia, Jimenez, Verderosa, they top 6. Oh, and running wide there, Ravaglia losing a position there to David Jimenez, 321, the Spaniard. So all action on the opening lap here. Fight for the lead then. Lazzarini, Scherer and Kmar in third place, number 71. Hot conditions out here. charging through the off-road section, downhill onto the asphalt. And it's still Lazzarini from Carrera and Kmart who lead the way. Nothing in it between these top three riders, starting to gap the guys behind them as well. But Lazzarini on the L30 racing machine, it is who leads the way. But for how much longer though? Carrera definitely looking menacing. The number 4 on that blue TM in second position holds the red plate. He is the championship leader. Pavel Kmart, he's not out of it yet either. Still early stages and dropping downhill, and Kmart puts the squeeze on Carrera and goes into second position. So Lazzarini then leading the way. Kmart trying to bridge that gap now that he's found his way past Carrera into second. Brand new circuit, remember, no bike setup, no knowledge for these riders prior to coming here. But it's Lazzarini who holds all the aces at the moment. Back to David Jimenez, he's in 5th place. Aglia and David Bourbano. Bourbano, the Colombian rider, just running into the back of Jimenez. A pass here, surely. Yep, Ravaglia then up into 5th place. So Jimenez leading this trio of riders. As we go back to the front, nothing in it between the first 3 riders, Lazzarini, Kmart and Carrera. But Kmart looking interested, just like he was towards the end of the opening lap when he hounded Thomas Carrera. Heading uphill then. This is where Kmart has been fast all weekend long. And again around the outside this time. And down the inside of Lazzarini. Takes the lead away from the Italian. Jimenez, Ravaglia and Bourbano. Oh, and on board with Ravaglia as he tries to pass Jimenez for 5th place. Eventually, yeah, down the inside. So Ravaglia then up into 5th on lap 6. Back with the leaders though, Pavel Kmart, Ivan Lazzarini and Thomas Carrera now starting to fall out the back, so maybe just 1 or 2 setup issues for Thomas Carrera. Oh, there's Lucas Holbacher. He's in 14th. Now that's pretty impressive after his crash on Saturday. He was cleared to race, but he had to start from the back of the grid, riding in pain with a damaged shoulder. So good effort, Lucas Holbacher. David Bourbano, the local rider, now in 6th after passing Jimenez, and the home fans are loving it as well. But can he stay there for much longer though? The guy in red, with that road race style, very similar to Giovanni Busai's. Through the twisty turns, Jimenez definitely looking interested. Will he make a pass into the left-hander at the end of this straight here? Oh, he thought about it, but there's back markers ahead. Might seize an opportunity here, definitely going for the pass up the inside, but just pulls out of it. So Bourbano then, just managing to hold on. Just a little bit longer. But he's not the leading Colombian in the race. That's Valerio Piedrahita Ocampo here, number 67. He's in 4th. He's had a lonely ride in 4th position. By far his best ride of the season so far. But Pavel Kmart, though, on his way to the checkered flag. Crosses the line to win race 1 from Lazzarini. Thomas Carrera will take 3rd. But what a race for Pavel Kmart. Can he do it again in race 2? Putting on a good show for the fans. But there's your positions then. Kmart, Lazzarini, Carrera. But a great ride for Piedrahita Ocampo and Bourbano as 3 Colombians make it into the top 10. I'm very happy to be here in Colombia for this Grand Prix of the FIM Supermotard World Championship, and I can honestly say that I have a good relationship with the other riders in this competition. I'm still running with this bike that I've continued to develop to try to be at their level, even if it is something of an old prototype. But at the moment, I'm 13th in the World Championship standings, and I've got a good feeling with my bike after all the modifications that we've made. For me though, this championship is actually quite demanding, mostly because the level of the riders is so high, but having said that, it's still a great experience for me and I hope to improve even if I am second in the Romanian National Championship.
Dar este o experiență bună care mă ajută tot timpul în viitor și sunt fer convins că voi putea obține de acum încolo tot mai bune rezultate cu motocicleta.
I'm very happy to take part in the S1 GP, of course. It's not easy, and I'd like to thank my sponsors, I'd like to thank my fans and all my family who continue to support me.
Ceilalți care mă urmăresc tot timpul. Este o cursă dificilă aici pentru mine pentru că mă aflu
I don't know this track. The off-road part of it is actually longer than we're used to, and it's also quite technical as well. But I'll try my best to get a good result, and I hope that my bike doesn't let me down this weekend.
Să perfecționez cât mai bine, mai mult decât e posibil acum, dar este foarte greu posibil din punct de vedere material.
Lights go out there in S1 GP Race 2, and from the left-hand side, swooping across Kmart, it's Thomas Carrera with a whole shot. Exit the turn, and on board here with Ravaglia, trying to hold a nice tight line. He's in fourth place, but wow, straight over the shoulder there. 243, David Babano nicks into fourth place. Your leaders then, Carrera, Kmart, Lazzarini, Babano, and Ravaglia, top five, as we head uphill, back on board here with Ravaglia, as he passes Babano and takes fourth. Heading down hill to the bottom of the off-road section though. And it's still Carrera, but not for long, because Kmart, just like he did in race 1, where he went round the outside of Carrera, this time he goes down the inside, just like he did with Lazzarini. So, definitely loving that part of the track. Here's our race leader, Pavel Kmart. Battle for the lead here though. These two absolutely wheel to wheel, nothing in it. As they work their way around, they're starting to pull clear already, even in the early stages of the second race, pulling clear from number 30, Ivan Lazzarini, on the L30 racing machine. Pavel Kmart having a great ride this weekend, having a great GP. On board here with Max Verderosa as he finds his way past Milan Sitniansky. So moving up a place then into 7th as our leaders head back downhill. Great crowd here this weekend, great atmosphere all weekend long as well. And good to see S1 GP heading outside of Europe for the first time in its history, but back with the leaders, and there's a little gap appearing there between Kmart. Oh, who's that gone down? The number 64, Santiago Hernandez, remounting after falling, so he will rejoin the race. Back on board though with Verderosa. Verderosa, he's got Brian Guerrero Tez, number 65 just ahead of him. Will he find a way through down the start straight? Oh, it was a brave move to drop it across the front of him, going into that left-hander. Verderosa always going to be on the receiving end, should Tez drift wide and overshoot the first turn, but he got it done. Here is Ravaglia, still there in fourth place, but he's got Babano all over the back of him. And again, the fans loving his efforts this weekend on that 243 machine. They swoop through there. There's Ravaglia, not too far off of Lazzarini either, in third place. Back with the leaders though. Pavel Kmart and Thomas Scherer still wheel to wheel as they duke it out here in Colombia. Kmart, he was the winner of the first race. Scherer third in race one, remember, so even if Scherer finds his way past Kmart, Kmart will take the overall and he will go down as the first winner of this Colombian Grand Prix. Thomas Scherer definitely closer than he was in race one though. So whatever changes he's made has definitely got him to within a winning shot here in this second race. Back to Verderosa. And Verderosa with Rigo German Salazar Serran. These two fighting over sixth place. Lucas Holbacher just off the back of that group as well. So having a very impressive ride is Lucas Holbacher. Especially after that crash he had on Saturday that we saw right at the start of the program. Kmart and Scherer though, still nothing in it between them, really putting on a show for the Colombian fans here. Has he got one last challenge up his sleeve? Thomas Scherer on the number 4 machine, second rider in shot, second place in the race. He's the current World Championship leader. Working their way to the highest point of the circuit. Here's Ravaglia. Still nothing in it between him and Burbano either, in 5th place here. So Burbano definitely on form this weekend. Final lap though, and the battle for the lead continues. Pavel Kmart of the Czech Republic and Thomas Scherer of France. Just a couple of corners to go. They work their way to the bottom of the sweeping downhill section, back onto the asphalt. Into this right-hander, the penultimate corner. The fans are on their feet. It's going to be a last corner dash for cash, but Pavel Kmart should hold on. He does. He will take victory here in Moto number 2, and it's his first ever Grand Prix victory, his first double Moto win as well. Great riding from both guys. Confirmation then of the race here. Pavel Kmart just edging out Thomas Scherer. Lazzarini 3rd, Ravaglia 4th, Burbano was 5th. In what was a very exciting second race indeed. The overall Grand Prix results, Pavel Kmart, a perfect score, 50 points. Scherer and Lazzarini sharing the spoils for second. And your podium then this weekend, Ivan Lazzarini 3rd, Thomas Scherer 2nd, and Pavel Kmart will stand on the top step of the podium for the first time in his Supermoto career. Lazzarini, well, see, as we'll see in a moment from the point standings, the gap between him and Scherer remains the same, having shared the same points this weekend. Thomas Scherer, though, with a round to go, will be content with his efforts here, but as we know, anything can happen, and with one round to go, he still has to be on top form. Your overall winner, though, Pavel Kmart. What a day, what a weekend he's had here in Colombia, as he holds his trophy high. That will definitely take pride of place in his house when he gets back home to the Czech Republic after this Grand Prix. But Thomas Scherer is still the championship leader, and he will take home another red plate.
De Confamiliar Nariño, y llega la hora del champán para Pavel Kmart. Primera vez que gana el campeonato del mundo, y ahí está la lluvia de champán. Esta es la felicidad del piloto.
Right, let's hear from our winner, Pavel Kmart.
I feel so much great because this Colombia GP is a little bit crazy for everybody because so far from Europe, and I'm really happy because I ride just 5 years Supermoto and I win first GP overall and both win, so I can't be more happy than now. So thank you so much to my partners, to my team and my family and my girlfriend. Thank you so much.
Time to take a look at the World Championship standings then, and Thomas Charette and Lazzarini separated by 13 points with 1 round to go. Kmar third, Holbacher fourth. Manu Hermanen, of course, out for the year. He is in 5th, but could be in danger of losing that at the final round. In the manufacturers' standings, looks like this. TM on top with Husqvarna in 2nd, Honda 3rd, KTM 4th, Suzuki and Yamaha down there in 6th place. No points on the board for them this year. Well, that's it from Colombia. Join us next time when we head to Austria. The final round at Melk. Thanks for watching. My name's Paul Mayland. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.